Hello, Hackster community. I am Ben Strahan from Hologram, and today we're going to do something fun. We're kind of switching the tables a little bit. I'm going to be interviewing Alex about all the recent news that was happening in the Hackster community around the acquisition by Avnet and what that means and what the future of Hackster and all that is. Mm-hmm. Someone who's watching this video and hasn't read any of the articles, which there's been a lot of press around this. But like, could you do an overview of like what the deal is and everything really quick for those guys?
Yeah, it's really exciting actually, so I'm happy to talk about it. So Avnet is basically the world's largest components distributor for hardware and electronics, which means that when they came to us, it was, I think we'd had 3 offers or something that we turned down in the past.
Oh, wow.
And so when they came to us, it was like, oh, here's one that we're actually really excited about because they're platform agnostic. So they are already working with a lot of our partners. Basically, they're going to acquire Hackster and keep us brand independent so that we can still do all our stuff while giving our founders some elbow room to work on exciting things like what's in the future and things like that. And then we get resources.
So Avnet's been kind of like shifting like their brand a little bit. And so like you're kind of like joining a family now, right? So like yeah, so like Element 14, like they acquired them. But so like, is that kind of like what you mean by like more opportunity on top of like probably, I'm guessing like more funds and all stuff, or not so much concerned with runway so much?
Yeah.
Like other startups? Yeah.
And not being so concerned with the day-to-day of running a startup.
Okay.
Like, we pretty much know that we're going to be around for at least 3 years, and everyone on the team is staying put. Everyone I work with, it's fantastic. And Ben and Adam, it looks like they just got in, and, we're going to go say hi to them in a minute. It's going to be fantastic. But, yeah, so, it started out with Ben and Adam, who had similar ideas, and at first there was kind of a friction, and then it was like, oh, maybe we should actually work together. And
That's awesome.
That's kind of how indicative of our relationship with other project sharing platforms as well. I don't know if anyone else would agree with this, but I kind of think that, we started out as just this newcomer, and people weren't really sure where we fit. And then there was definitely a little bit of friction with other project sharing communities, as you might expect, as we started to get bigger. And though we've always obviously stayed really positive, and even in the last half year or so, it's been awesome with lots of actually supporting each other more and more with the other communities.
You guys have been like pretty organic and growing only when needed. I think you guys do, like, part of your secret sauce, I think, is your ability to build bridges.
Yeah.
I think you build, and you're really good at that. Like, you build bridges out to like the hackers, but then you build bridges with the brands. And like me coming in as a smaller brand, like I've always felt very like respected and treated fairly and all that stuff. and I was like, yeah, you guys are bridge builders, which that's exactly what's needed.
That's exactly what we want to do, yeah.
That's awesome.
I kind of went off the rails of your question there a minute ago. So, yeah, it started out with Adam and Ben, and then I joined as sort of the hardware nerd. Because they both have more of a, I guess, a businessy, software-y background. And I had more of the hardware expertise. And then Monica joined and had this idea of the amazing hackathon tour, which just like sort of really brought us into this whole new daylight thing.
It was an epic scale project. Like, special events,
with the DeLorean. And Corey joined and was our first developer, like full-time developer on the team. And then since then we've added Maggie, our designer, and 2 other developers, Zach and Nick, and Alessandra, who is basically handles all of our contests now. Nice. Which is, another way of building bridges, as you say.
But I imagine like the team's going to be expanding.
Yeah. And I had this kind of experience at Sauce Labs, actually, which was my first support job in San Francisco. Oh, no, it was my second. It was my first good job in San Francisco.
Hey, we've all had that story.
Yeah.
We're all laughing with you.
I joined there when there were 11 people, I think. They grew from, 11 people, 12 people to 40 plus people while I was there over a year and a half. And I kept thinking like, oh man, we've got to keep, the culture strong. Everyone was thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
But every time they brought someone new in on the dev team, which I was closely tied with, I was like, this person is awesome.
Yeah.
Where do they find these people? And so I can only see that happening here as well, because we're all so closely aligned right now that anyone I feel like we bring in is going to be, sort of vetted by the people who have made this team great already.
Yeah. So the one question, is the DeLorean going to be parked inside the house?
We sold the DeLorean.
Oh!
I know. Well, the thing was, it was such a resource sink. If you want a car that travels through space as well as time, do not get a DeLorean.
At least you look super cool getting in and out of it.
Yeah.
Opening that door so many times.
I mean, yeah, that's the top motivation, right? And it was really fun to hack, actually. Incidentally, that car came with an entire giant 3-ring binder manual of all the electrical systems and what the common faults were and how to fix them.
Oh my gosh.
And this huge poster of the entire electrical system. It was so cool.
Oh my gosh.
So we let people hack it. Like Drew Alden, one of our main ambassadors.
Yeah, Drew's awesome.
Yeah, he's based in Phoenix, and he, at our Phoenix hackathon, the first time we met him, made the DeLorean start remotely using the Edison, so he could just like push a button on his phone
Oh my gosh. What?
I know.
And that's on
It's
Hackster,
crazy.
right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, because I'm going to look that up and totally do that.
So good.
Yeah, that's actually reminiscent to how I got into electronics and learning that, because I wanted to have a cool car in high school, but I couldn't afford anything, so I'd buy broken down Audis and buy like the huge like dealer manual and learn the engine and electronics and just like fix everything.
Oh, legit.
I mean, German cars,
hands-on
man.
learning.
Yeah.